Yo! So remember my last weapon review when I said it'd take me a year to make another one? So before we begin, I gotta give a huge shout out to PERSONNNNNNNNN. For some reason, this person remembered that I used to make Planetside 2 content, remember that? And after me being annoying in Yell chat, he messaged me saying, hey, where's that Punisher review? So here it is. It's thanks to Person that this video exists, so in a way, I guess this video is brought to you by Person from Connery. Alright, let's freaking do this. Hey guys, my name is LinkFrost, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NS-66 Punisher, the newest submachine gun available on Planetside 2, made by the mega war corporation we all know and love, Nanite Systems. The Punisher is a next-gen PDW, built with close quarters aggression in mind. The inbuilt Underbarrel fires fragmentation grenades and can be adapted to fire class-specific ammunition instead. If you're looking to add this to your arsenal, it's going to cost you 1,000 certs or 799 Daybreak cash, and because this is a Nanite Systems weapon, buying it with DVC will unlock it for all of your characters across your entire account. As usual, I'll be going over its statistics, some tips, recommendations, attachment options, as well as comparing it a bit to the other Nanite Systems submachine guns, but first I really want to talk about the design of the Punisher. The Punisher... such a great design. It's actually the first weapon in the game to feature a bullpup design, and finally, thank you so much, Rel, for listening to me. Now please give the TR one, and boy does it look sexy. The muzzle, the body, the rails, the sights. Whoa, I'll talk about the sights later. It all looks so good. And the reload animation too is, it's pretty cool. So to the designers and the animators who worked on this weapon, good job. Now let's take a look at the weapon statistics. The Punisher fires at 769 rounds per minute, which is slightly faster than the NS-7 and slightly slower than the Mark V. It does 143 damage up to 8 meters and then falls off to 84 damage up to 75 meters. It deals more damage up close than both of the NS SMGs, but when it reaches its minimum damage range, it does less damage, but that shouldn't matter because you should not be firing a submachine gun at somebody who's 75 meters away. What these damage numbers mean is, on a full health target with no resistances, it'll take 7 shots to down them in the max damage range, and then it increases to 12 shots at the minimum damage range. With a fast rate of fire and necessary shots to kill, you're definitely going to be chewing through your 25 round magazine and 200 round ammo reserves fairly quickly. And whenever you need to reload, it'll take 2.25 seconds short and 2.65 seconds long. The muzzle velocity is 350 meters per second, which is slower than the other NS SMGs. That's kind of surprising, even slower than the Mark V suppressed, oh well. The Punisher recoils up and to the left. It's not too difficult to control, just pull down and to the right and you should be good. But still, I wouldn't recommend firing at a long range target since it's kind of hard to control. For me at least, I kind of suck. The first shot recoil multiplier is 2 times, so there is going to be a little initial jump, but again, it's easy to manage. For customization, this gun is actually rocking some new optic choices. We got the Mountain Reflex 1 times, the Fenmont's 2 times Reflex, the Banjo 3.4 times, and the Groomer Infrared 1 times sight. But what if I told you there was a 5th hidden sight? The iron sights. And let me tell you, the iron sights on the Punisher are the best iron sights in the game. Maybe even the best sights in the game. So much so in fact that, you know what, I'm just gonna flat out and say, if you use the 1x reflex sight over the iron sights, you're a bitch. I don't make the rules here, but you're a bitch. For real though, optics are and always will be personal preference. Personally, I hate the reticles of the 1 times and the 3.4 times optics, and the infrared scope, it looks stupid. Don't lie to yourself, it looks stupid. So if I do use an optic, it will be the 2 times reflex, since there will be times where I might want to take on people a little further away, and plus the 2 times reflex is a red dot, which is something I am comfortable with. But hands down, the iron sights are king. Best sights, you don't even have to buy optics for this gun. For barrel attachments, you got the usual: suppressor, flash suppressor, and compensator. Nothing too special, except it is worth mentioning that the suppressor makes the weapon's minimum damage range fall off 10 meters sooner, instead of the usual 20 meters sooner that it has on other weapons. For rail attachments, you got the extended magazine, the laser sight, the dark light flashlight, and the adaptive class underbarrel, but we'll get into that soon. And then for ammo types, you can equip soft point or high velocity. The Punisher, being a submachine gun, has excellent hipfire accuracy, and you enjoy moving at 0.75 times your walking speed when you aim down sights, allowing you to AD-AD spam more more effectively. Being a submachine gun, a weapon meant for close range, obviously the recommended engagement range on this weapon is close range. This will allow you to take advantage of that hip fire accuracy, high rate of fire, and 143 damage model. So this is usually the part where I recommend what attachments you should run with to get the best out of the weapon, but before that, we have to talk about the most important part of the Punisher. So with the statistics and attachment options I just gave you, it initially seems like the Punisher is just your average SMG, but that's where the Underbarrel comes in. What makes the Punisher stand out against the competition is its built-in Underbarrel grenade launcher, which by default fires anti-infantry fragmentation grenades. However, if you equip the adaptive class Underbarrel, it changes the grenade you fire depending on what class you're playing, and we're going to go over those in depth. But real quick, just some info about the grenade launcher itself. It fires 1 grenade at a time before taking 3 seconds to reload, and your total ammo pool is 3 grenades when using the default grenades, and 2 grenades when using a class-specific one. Let's dive a little deeper. Default grenade. So remember how I said that it fires anti-infantry frag grenades by default? Well, yes, it does. And that anti-infantry part has to be emphasized because it actually doesn't deal damage to vehicles. For my testing, it only damages a flash, but even then, it's not that much. Against infantry, direct hits take 2 shots to kill or 1 headshot. But compared to the other Underbarrel grenade launchers, this one's explosive yield is much weaker, creating a smaller explosion and dealing less damage so that it'll take 3 grenade explosions within close proximity of your target to kill them. That's your entire grenade pool, by the way. So these statistics make it seem like that the Punisher's grenade launcher is weaker than the grenade launchers you can get on certain other weapons. And that's true, it's weaker. It's not useless, just not as effective as other grenade launchers. The only times I see this being sort of effective is if you need a last-ditch means to try and kill someone who caught you reloading, or when you're farming the shit out of tight spaces like in a biolab, which, guys, stop doing that, it ruins the game! I guess you could also lead an engagement by firing a grenade and then switching to your default firing mode immediately, but that does require some skill to get down and to utilize effectively, and sometimes it might just be flat out faster to shoot instead of shoot a grenade and then shoot. Now we're gonna equip the ACU and see what the different grenades do. Infiltrator grenade, EMP. Fires a mini EMP grenade that destroys deployables and scrambles the HUD of enemies caught in the blast radius. A key difference between this and a regular EMP grenade, aside from its smaller blast radius, is that it doesn't strip the shields of your enemies. I wish I would have known this sooner. My small brain assumed that it would have damaged shields, but in reality, it never did. Shit. With that in mind, the mini EMPs only seem useful if you're trying to get rid of proxy mines, tank mines, or spawn beacons in hard to reach places. But, is it better than the default grenade launcher? You decide. Light assault grenade, Impulse. Fires a grenade that creates an impulse wave that knocks back enemies and yourself. Oh, now let me tell you, this grenade is the most fun to use. Depending on how you angle it and what jetpack you're using, you can manipulate your position with ease, whether you're trying to charge into a fight, get the hell out of there, or just mess around. Experiment with this in different jetpacks and see what crazy things you can do with it. It also knocks back enemies, yes, but it seems to have a weaker effect on them than it does on you. But that doesn't mean you can't do interesting things to mess around with them. If you know someone's hiding behind cover, you can fire a grenade at them to reposition themselves so you can take them out. Also, since hitting people with this grenade makes them jump, it messes with their accuracy, except if they're using carbines. So that's something to keep in mind. Combat Medic Grenade. Cleanse. Fires a grenade that heals allies over time that are caught in the blast radius. It also has a cleansing effect that removes any slows, blinds, and concussion effects. This also works on yourself as well. This grenade is extremely useful, allowing you to heal allies from a distance that might seem a bit too dangerous to cross. You also get experience points from this. Now another thing about this grenade is that it seems to stack with the nano regen device and the restoration kit, and that opens the door to some cheesy tactics. Did I just make carapace users more cancerous to go up against? Uh-oh. Engineer Grenade, Enhancement. Fires a grenade that repairs allied mechanical targets. From what I've noticed, how it works is that allies caught in the blast radius get a small amount of instant repair that is permanent, and then a bonus repair over time that actually increases the health cap of your targets, provided that the target was at full health or reached full health throughout this repair. However, once the bonus is finished repairing, the entire bonus is then lost, so it's only a temporary health increase. Unfortunately, it also doesn't seem to last too long. It's still useful though. I mean, you never know when this could mean the difference between life and death of a friendly sunderer, and you also get experience points for repairing allies because you're helping. Heavy Assault Grenade, Havoc. Fires a grenade that disables enemy mechanical targets, making it so that they cannot receive any types of repairs for a short amount of time. This is powerful, and combined with a coordinated effort can seriously screw over tank drivers, sunderers, the works. I have yet to try this out because I actually don't have any friends to play Planetside 2 with. It's still effective when you're trying to take out vehicles by yourself though. Oh shit. No. Fuck, man. The ability to deny engineers the ability to repair their forces is something that is extremely powerful. So I was curious towards the idea if the enhancement and havoc grenades somehow countered each other, as well as if fire suppression is a legitimate counter towards the havoc effect. I had 3 questions I wanted to know the answer to. First one, when firing an enhancement at a havoc vehicle, does the havoc grenade completely deny the enhancement grenade? The answer is, sort of. The small amount of instant repair is still granted, no matter what, but the bonus repair over time is blocked by the havoc effect. If the havoc effect wears off while the enhancement effect is still active though, then it starts the bonus repair, but how long it lasts is affected by the havoc grenade. With this information, it's important to keep in mind that the havoc effect lasts longer than the enhancement effect. My second question, does the havoc grenade cancel out the effects of the enhancement grenade? Yes, but not completely. Firing a havoc grenade at a target currently being repaired by the enhancement grenade will stop any further repairs. The permanent repair and bonus repair is still retained, but like usual, when the duration of the enhancement grenade runs out, the bonus repair is then lost. So the havoc basically halts the progress of the enhancement grenade. My final question, is fire suppression a counter to the havoc grenade? The answer is no. It doesn't remove the effect, but fire suppression will still repair the vehicle up until its fire damage threshold, but the havoc grenade prevents it from going any further than that. When the havoc effect wears off though, then the fire suppression repairs can continue. That concludes that, and keep these pieces of information in mind because they're pretty useful to know. Those are all the grenade types with this weapon, and they all have their uses that can prove to be extremely effective. The only one I think that isn't all that great is the Infiltrator's EMP grenades, because it doesn't damage shields. If you want something else in your grenade slot though, aside from a regular EMP grenade, then this Underbarrel gives you that option to swap out your grenade for something else. But again, it's unfortunate that you can't use this Underbarrel aggressively. I mean, the HUD scramble, it's not even that big of a deal. So a cool thing about the ACU, which is something I found out late, again, small brain, is that you can have it on along with another Underbarrel attachment of your choice. Do you want your healing grenades with an extended magazine, or an impulse grenade with a laser sight? You got it! So depending on the situation you find yourself in, you can simply stick with your default grenades or switch to your class-specific grenade. So moving to my recommended attachments for the Punisher, if you find yourself in a situation where you think the ACU will benefit you, then feel free to equip it. As for the other rail attachment options, I personally recommend the extended magazine over the laser sight. It's going to increase your magazine size from 25 to 30, which does give you the potential to down an additional target before needing to reload, but I like it because my aim is bad, and it gives me more shots to work with to kill that one person I'm shooting at. Not to dismiss the laser sight, but I think the hip fire is fine as it is, so the extra ammunition is more useful for me. For sights, you guessed it, I recommend the iron sights, but if you do want range, the 2x is a good choice. For barrel attachments, the suppressor seems to be the only good one, but using it means that you can't hear the sexy firing noise of the Punisher. Do you want to remove the blessing that is the Punisher's firing sound for the sake of being sneaky? You decide. And of course, this is a no-brainer, always run soft point ammo on your submachine guns. It's going to increase your max damage range, which is very useful in close quarters. Don't even think about using high velocity, I swear, you don't. My personal recommended build for this weapon is the iron sights, no barrel because I like the firing sound, extended magazine, soft point ammo, and depending on the situation, the adaptive class underbarrel. I believe that submachine guns are best used with infiltrators and light assaults, since the element of surprise allows them to become extremely effective with them. But because of the nature of the adaptive class underbarrel, it works well on any class. Light assaults and infiltrators still have that element of surprise with this weapon, but the ability to utilize extremely useful class-specific grenades for the other classes makes the submachine gun a great close quarters choice for any class. Just keep in mind though that if you use this on a heavy assault, you're sacrificing a high capacity light machine gun for a low capacity submachine gun. So your frontline capabilities will definitely be hindered by this gun. If you do make the sacrifice, then make sure to team up with allies and take out vehicles with your grenades, so that sacrifice won't be in vain. Now as for my favorite class to use the Punisher on, I'm gonna be biased, the light assault hands down, because guys, the impulse grenade combined with the jump jets is, I cannot stress this enough, it is really fun to use. But again, it works well in every other class. And that's the main strength of the Punisher, its adaptability, its ability to work well on any class and prove itself useful in many situations. You simply cannot get that with any other NS SMG, or even the Empire specific ones for that matter. And now for some last minute tips and pointers. Of course, stay in close range of your targets. Make sure to stay inside buildings and don't engage from a distance, since most other weapons can outdamage you. Be mindful of your magazine and reloads. This weapon has a high rate of fire and chews through your magazine extremely quickly. This means you're going to be reloading a lot, so be careful when you do so and always carry a reliable sidearm just in case you get caught in a reload. Take advantage of the hipfire, it's better than most other weapons. And finally, utilize the grenades. Don't forget that you have a special type of ammunition to help you deal with enemies and assist your team. And now I will bestow the rating I will give the NS-66 Punisher. Again, my system is from a bad, good, great, or an amazing rating. Think of it as a 1 through 5 system. And overall, I think I have to give it my highest rating of amazing. The gun itself is a great all-around PDW, but the Underbarrel is what really makes the Punisher the amazing weapon it is. The ability to fire class-specific grenades that each has their own uses makes this an excellent addition to any loadout. Disregarding the Underbarrel for a second, I think this is the best submachine gun that Nanite Systems has to offer. The statistics of it make me favorite over the NS-7 and the Mark V. What's that? The Tengu? Oh, that thing. Yeah, I hate the Tengu. I don't want to talk about it. So yeah, I think the Punisher has the best killing potential out of any NS SMG. But compared to the Empire specific ones, especially the first generation ones, ooh, they have the upper hand in raw killing power. But again, the Punisher's strength lies in its Underbarrel grenade launcher, allowing any class to utilize this gun effectively. You simply can't go wrong with this weapon. And with all that it has going for, I highly recommend the Nanite Systems 66 Punisher. Hot damn, it took me 2 years to make another weapon review. But hey, we are finished. Thank you all so much for watching. As you can tell, I changed up this weapon review even more from my last one with all these live action segments, so let me know how this works for y'all. What you like, what you dislike, leave it in the comments down below. Now, one thing I'm not going to say is what or when my next weapon review will be, or if I even will make another one for that matter. All I'm going to say is that if I feel like making another weapon review, or a Planetside 2 content for that matter, then I will. I was also thinking of doing different types of Planetside 2 stuff, mainly less serious stuff, because there's so many Planetside 2 content that's too serious, man. I mean, like, where's the fun and jokes? So yeah, I'm definitely gonna think of some more ways to spice things up, but for now, if I feel like making another Planetside 2 video, then I will. I'll still play it casually though, and catch me on Connery. If you bug me enough like a person did, then I might make a new video, hee. Do you like Transformers? I got some right here. I got some all over my room. I'm actually gonna start my own Transformers YouTube channel. It's gonna be called LinkFrost. I know, original, but it'll be a new YouTube channel that I want to start making content for, where I'm gonna be talking about and reviewing all things Transformers figures. Like, give me 1 second. I'm gonna be reviewing this big boy for my first video, so make sure to subscribe so you can catch that when that comes out. That's it for my video. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for the wait about this video. No promises, but I'm back. Leave a rating and a comment of your choice. And if you're interested in more videos, then subscribing is the best way to motivate me to make more. That's a joke. Do what you want. I got some other videos too. Please check them out. Like this new Apex Legends video I made with me and my friends. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it's pretty funny, and it doesn't have 100 views yet. Please help me out, please. Special thanks to Wolfie737 and Person for helping me film some segments for this video. And one more thing I want to say. There's this really cool guy on Twitch. His name is the #1 Alex. I think you guys would like him. I would greatly appreciate it if you go to my description down below, click on the link to his Twitch channel, maybe give him a follow, maybe say what's up, you know. If you were to do that, I honestly and wholeheartally would greatly appreciate that.
This is my little brother. Planetside 2 nerd.
Anyways, that's the end of the video. Hope you all are doing well. Hope you all are staying safe. Stay frosty, fellas, and I'll see you all in the next video whenever that comes out. Peace.